Well guys, I'm doing our little project here, working on a little bit the weekend. Well, really today. I might have put an hour on it, maybe. I cut out the front of this power supply cabinet and mounted a little S meter, sort of a CBS meter sort of thing, but I just made up an aluminum bracket to keep it in place so it doesn't move or want to come out. But what I'm planning on doing here is, well, I built this RF noise generator, I don't know, a few months ago. And basically what I want to do, I'm going to rebuild this. I'm going to rebuild this circuit, and I'm going to build it inside of this cabinet. I'll keep this one as it is. I mean, it works. But I'm planning to build another one inside this cabinet. I've also want to build a tone generator inside this thing. I'm even thinking about building a crystal oscillator to go in here for 27 megahertz and maybe 14 megs. A couple different bands that mess around with it every now and then for building receivers and stuff, and maybe even a 40 meter. But thinking I might put if I can do it, is to put a crystal socket on the front of this case, so I can just plug it in, take it off, sort of thing. That's what I'm thinking. How that's going to work, that's another story. But that's the story. But for right now, I'm definitely going to build a tone generator. It just uses a 2N3904 and a 2N3906. Circuit is over here. That's the circuit for the tone generator. So that's the first circuit I'm going to build. It's going to be put in this. Then we're going to rebuild another RF noise generator that'll go in here, as well as a crystal oscillator. That's the plans. How I'm going to select between it all, well, that's another story. But in any event, the output, what I like to do is have the output of 3 of these stages, or 3 of these circuits, to give an indicator on this meter, basically, of output. That's my plan. That's what I want it to do. Will it do it? Well, that's another story. But that's what I like to do. But we'll see how it turns out. Anyways, that is the project. This is going to be, of course, tone generator, RF noise generator, and possibly a crystal oscillator. Anyways, let's get to it, guys. A couple hours later, and we've got this far with it. 3-position switch, dual pole, as you can see, and I think I'm putting LEDs on this one, so as you click it, LED pops on. 3 different color LEDs. What do you think? Here's with 3 different LEDs. What do you think, on the top or on the side? I'm thinking on top, if I can make them fit. Not a lot of room on the top to put them, but possible. I got the 50K potentiometer mounted here. Main power switch on off. The meter. I got 2 BNCs. I'm not sure what I'm doing here yet with BNCs. These holes are already here. I just filled them up for now. So I got a 9-volt regulator right here. Just taking the 13 volts from the main power supply, bringing it down to 9 volts that the circuit uses. So right now, basically, for the most part, I'm just wiring in the relays here now. And the relays is going to, with the switch, even though the circuit is going to be turned on or turned off, the power is going through the relay, and the relay itself is going to cut the power basically to each board. That way each board is completely isolated from each other, so there's no way I can get any interference between the circuit boards. Now all the circuit boards are mounted on standoffs, as you can see. And yeah, but that's pretty much where she sits. So right now, like I say, we're going to be building a tone generator that's going to be installed in this. This is what the volume, or I should say the 50k potentiometer is for, to control the pitch of the tone. Then we got a RF noise generator going to be on another board, and a crystal oscillator on the other board. Mr. Pedro, CT7ARQ, sent me a nice little circuit for a RF signal generator. So I may end up building that. It won't be in this cabinet, I don't think, because I'm not going to have enough space for anything. Barely got enough space to build and put in what I'm putting in now. But I think the RF signal generator, I might try building that over the winter. That looks like a decent little circuit. Got to collect a few goodies to build it with. But yeah, so this is basically where we're to. Each got relays for each board. True position switch to turn each board on or off regards to power. Tone control. S-meter, which is wired in as soon as you turn power on this, or now the meter turns on, or the light turns on it. Not wired up to anything yet. So I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to wire it into. I'm not sure. But nice to have a meter in there regardless. So yeah, anyways, this is going to be pretty much it for the night for me. It's going on 10 o'clock in the evening, and morning comes early. Or I should say 6:30 comes early. But the boards, regardless of how the relays are done, they're all going to be, the relays circuit itself is going to be identically wired up the same on each board. So I got power coming. I got the red wire on the switch over here, which is the input to the switch, and then I've got pink, orange, and red going out to each board. So I got red going to that board, orange going to this board, and pink going to that board. So each board gets powered up obviously from the switch. So yeah, still got a diode or two to put on each relay, and then figure out the switching arrangement on the relay, because basically what I want to do is when each board is turned on, I want that board to go to an output, or to one B and C basically. I want one B and C to basically be common to all three boards basically, depending on what I'm testing. If I need a noise generator, obviously I turn that board on. If I need the tone generator, I turn that one on, sort of thing. Obviously the RF noise generator uses RF, the crystal oscillator uses RF, the tone generator is audio, so I'm going to have an audio patch cable made up. Basically it's going to be B and C on one end, and probably something to go on to like a radio, like a 5-pin DIN or a 4-pin type mic connector, something like that. But yeah, so this is it so far. I suppose I should put a fuse here. I haven't got a fuse put in here, but there's a fuse on the line here. So I mean, technically I shouldn't have to put a fuse in the case if there's one in line. So why pop another hole in this thing if I don't need to? But so far I think she's turned out pretty good. So you guys got any suggestions? Let's hear them. And until the next video on this thing, we shall chat later. And remember, parts me.